Hi everybody, we're back. The Jane and Jane Productions of me painting. And I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to paint a parrot. You know, I don't paint a lot of animals, creatures, birds, fish, stuff like that. Sometimes I do, but most often I don't. But today, just to switch it out a little bit, I'm going to try the parrot. And so you can watch how I do this, and this isn't necessarily exactly how every acrylic painter should paint a parrot, but this is how I paint it, and I want to share that with you. I probably won't finish this painting during this video, but I will just show you a really good way to start it and get your momentum going, and to paint without fear, and that's most important, and just to jump in there and with confidence and have fun. So here we go. I've got a very bad reference here. It's very faded. Jane said she's going to post it on the video, and she's going to try to intensify it a little bit. So hopefully she can do that. So here we go. I'm wetting my big Princeton half-inch angle brush.
Dakota Series 6300.
And yeah, I love this brush. And I'm going to dip it into my Hooker's Green Deep, which is almost black, with a little bit of alizarin crimson. And it's just like everything I do, I start with the basic shape. I'm not going to draw this parrot. I'm going to make it like I'm almost cutting him out of a cookie cutter, if that's one way to look at it. So, and I'm going to fill my canvas. If he's too small, it's going to be a parrot in a jungle. But if he's big and dominates the canvas, it's going to be more about his show. If that makes sense. So I'm just going to get his basic shape here. I think I'll put my glasses on, that would help. See how I'm just trying to capture his shape. And then this would be kind of like a wing coming down. Feathers. I put plenty of paint and water on my brush. And have feathers going all the way out the bottom.
Maybe we can get a close-up of your paintbrush when you dab it in, and we can get your blob. Show how much you have on it.
Okay, sounds good. You ready?
Okay, we're there.
I put plenty and a little bit of the alizarin crimson. See how wet it is? And I got plenty on my brush. So now I'm going to kind of do where this log is, where he's kind of perched on it. Somehow it just ends, but that's okay. You know, I don't have to put everything that I see in this photograph in my painting. That's what everybody does. They just like, because it's there, this is a branch, they feel that they have to put it in there, and you don't. I don't even know if I'm going to leave that. But, so, the next thing I'm going to do is, well, actually, he's got a lot of, I'm going to put his color in first before I put the greenery around him. So while he's wet, I'm going to put the first layer of color and then let him dry. And that's going to be red.
Is it a crimson or
It's a cadmium red light, I think.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of, it's going to soak in. It's not the final, it's just a place to start. This is like a little top right there, and that's gonna soak in. It's gonna probably basically disappear. I'm gonna take a little bit of phthalo blue and some white and hit some of these feathers, just the first layer. I know I have a branch there, but I'll do that later. And let's see, I gotta put a little bit of white.
That's just titanium white.
Yeah. I mean, he is soaking wet, so this is not even working. I just want to be able to see. It's just dripping. He's very scary. But I'm going to let him dry before I go back in and work on him anymore, because he's just way too wet. But I just kind of have a good feel for him, except for that scary face. But I can go in and fix that. Now I'm going to kind of design the background, which is going to be just palm fronds. Look at him, he's drooling. Hey buddy, don't. I'm just redesigning this background here.
And is that just Hooker's Green without
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Hooker's Green. It might have a little alizarin in it, but he's in a jungle. He's in the tropics. I love palm fronds because they work as arrows almost. You can get them. You can have them like kind of pointing to your subject matter, and that always helps in your composition. After he dries, which I'm going to take him out in the sun, and when he dries, you're going to see how I'm going to be able to pop all kinds of beautiful colors out. Doesn't it look jungly, Jane?
Oh, absolutely.
We don't want to put a palm fronds going to the corner. Some have to go all the way behind because I don't want it to look like I'm trying to frame him. And then I'm going to go in with my cadmium yellow medium with a little bit of Hooker's Green, go over these palm fronds again and start to add some green. Yes, I will be painting behind all these things, which freaks a lot of people out, but you don't have to do it so perfectly, and that's what gives the paintings a loose style. So you don't have to be so articulate when you cut in. So do you see what I'm doing? It's just the first stage. These paintings, when I do these birds, people like them. I think the hardest part is getting the face right.
Yeah, I can see where it could be a challenge.
You can see where it's kind of very Halloweenish up there. Yeah, but you know, yesterday I was working on a painting. I pulled an old painting out that I thought was really bad. So I thought, I'll fix it. Well, it wasn't a good painting day for me, so I made it worse. And then I went back and tried to fix it again. And I have so much paint on this dumb painting, and I just feel like the canvas itself is cursed. But I'm still working on it. But sometimes it happens, and then I tell all my students all the time, don't paint when you're trying to fix something, don't try to paint over wet paint to correct it. Wait till it's totally dry. But even I, after preaching that so many times, I can't listen to it. I just get so frustrated, I keep trying to do it anyway, as everyone does. And it doesn't help, believe me. You gotta let, I threw a little white in there just for fun.
And that's titanium white.
Yeah, that's the only white I use.
Okay.
Except, well, I guess I use unbleached sometimes.
Very rarely.
Yeah. I go through, you know, I break up with colors and then we get back together after a while. But, you know, I just go through phases like everybody does. All right, I'm gonna let him dry, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how that's gonna be behind him. I'm probably gonna do really, really dark behind him, between these palm fronds. And I'm gonna get in there and correct that face. But it's gotta be, Jane, you think that's really funny, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's see. They're very weird looking when you really look at them. You'll probably get comments on that, but let me just. Okay. A little bit better.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. So you just kind of see, I'm going to take him out in the sun. I'm going to take him out in the sun, and then he will be bone dry, because it doesn't take long out in the sun. It really doesn't. The hair dryer works, but the sun is faster. And then we'll come back, and I'll show you the next step. All right, everybody, I brought this back. It was laying out in the sun, and it's, I don't know, how long was that, Jane? About 10, 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dry. Maybe there's a couple little wet spots where it's clumped, but it's pretty dry, so that's a good thing. And now I'm going to start adding some more color on top. So I'm wetting my brush, cleaning it off. I'm going to dip back into the cadmium red light. See how that, because it's dry, it's sitting on the surface and we're getting the full intense color. It's hard to see right now because the background is red. And yes, I paint every canvas red, every painting I do. I just like it.
And that's your reason, because
That's
you
my
like
reason,
it?
yes.
Okay.
Now that red is I'm gonna put a real dark background in here, you'll see, so it's gonna pop out. Let's see. Put some, we dipped into a little bit of cad orange with the red just to lighten it up a little bit. Like I said, you can't really see any of this until I get my background, which I'm going to do in a minute. And then I'm going to get some bright yellow.
Now, is that a cad yellow?
I just picked up a cad yellow light,
Okay.
and it's got some orange on it. Hey, whatever you pick up, there's no exact rules. Get a little blurb down here, so let's just use it. I'm gonna let that be for right now. It's got a drip. I use a lot of water, so I have drip problems, but it's part of it. Okay, I'm gonna go back in, because I'm excited to show you this. I'm gonna go back in with Hooker's green and my cad yellow, and I'm gonna lighten up my palm fronds again. I just like to go right over and making some new ones now.
And they really, color really pops.
Yeah. Because I want to get that, a real dark background. You'll see.
Is that yellow and white?
Yellow and white and green and
Hooker's green, cad yellow, and titanium white.
yeah.
Okay.
You're learning, Jane.
I know. Someday I'll try painting.
Another drip right there. And this is my branch. Just gonna have it go back into here. It's kind of fun. Now, I just want to show you, I'm going to go around him with my really, really dark. So that's the Hooker's green with my alizarin crimson. Now, this, because this brush is so great, I can get a big cover, a big flat surface, I can turn it to its point, and I can get cut in between these palm fronds with just the point of my brush. And I do it quickly because I want him to pop. Jane, at some point we're going to have to cut for a second so that I can go up to the front of the gallery and get some more Hooker's green. I go through so much Hooker's green. But you see how he's standing out now. Painting that background. It is a jungle. Now do you see how he's standing out? And he really will when I get back in and do the white, so which I'm going to do in a second. Look at that.
Wow.
I know. It's been years since I painted a parrot. Something like that. This is real dark in there. So I've got to get more Hooker's green now. That's where it all went, one big glob right there. Jane, let's just cut it for 1 second and I'll be right back. Hi everybody, I'm back. I just got some more Hooker's green. I use Liquitex. I just really like it. It doesn't matter, whatever you want to use. Some people buy the Liquitex Basic, but that is, it's a student grade, so you're not going to get as good as coverage as this, but it's less expensive. So.
And this is Hooker Green Deep.
Yeah, but they don't make that in the Basic.
Right.
This is just in this. So I'm going to keep going because I want him to really pop out. So I am going to keep going with some dark. you can see how quickly I like to cut in, because I don't do it perfectly, because I'll probably go back in and do more palm fronds on top of that. So don't worry about it. Freaks people out. But I think it's really fun. I'm thinking, what is that white? Oh yeah, it's a branch.
It's your log.
My log, it's a branch. Mount Dora's having their art festival this weekend, February 3rd and 4th. I'm not going to be out in my tent on the street. I'm going to be right here in this studio. So if anybody happens to come to the art festival, you can find me right here.
Well, the time that gets up, this will be over.
Oh, it will?
Yes.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. I forgot, Jane's part of the deal is she's got to edit it and upload it and do all that technical stuff. I just have to paint. So, anyway, I just kind of wanted you to see that part of the painting. I got to finish all this, and by just continuing doing what I've done up there. When I look at it from the side, there's so many globs. Now he's wet again, and he would have to dry for me to still get a continuously bright coat.
And that is the red.
Yeah, it's the red, and I added a little orange to it.
Cad red and cad orange?
Yeah.
Light and light?
Light and light.
Okay.
He's pretty handsome. Let's make some little, I guess I have to put my glasses on. Oh yeah, he's got some kind of feet. You can still have reels. You know. I'm going to get my smaller brush to go back up here with his face.
And that is the half-inch
Yeah,
Princeton.
the half-inch Princeton.
Dakota Series 6300, okay.
Mhm. You know, and it's certainly easy to find Parrot references out there. Oh, he's dripping again. I'm going to make it real dark right there. I got all this paint on my brush. I'm going to go in. You can always use your smaller brush to cut in too. I had a teacher tell me one time, just alter the size of your brush throughout the painting. Don't get all caught up on one size brush and making all your brush strokes the same. Sort of like that. Let's pop some real intense color. I'm almost finished for what I'm going to do, and then, like I said, I'll probably come in at some point and just do a few more details, but not too much on this guy. I'm going to take my phthalo blue with some white. It's a beautifully intense color. Here we go. Putting some feathers in here. And let's go with really, really bright. My cadmium yellow light, and some orange. Don't keep rubbing. Everybody wants to rub. Don't rub too much. I'm going to dip it into some hookers since I have that yellow on there and just kind of go back in. See, that's why you don't have to cut so easy. You can always go back in. This is giving dimension to the jungle. It's layering these palm fronds so that some are tucked behind.
Yeah, it gives it depth.
Yeah. This is a fun painting. Everybody should try it.
Now, are these the siennas or?
Yeah,
No.
Sienna Brothers. This is some Sienna.
Burnt sienna and raw sienna?
Yeah, this is raw. I wanted to say light. It's a lighter of the two. Because this is my log, my
So-
branch.
It's the raw. Okay,
It's the raw. You can write that down on the thing.
I will.
You have a lot of work to do. So anyway, that's about it for this particular demo.
Like at the bottom, you would continue to do the darker background
Yeah, I
and
mean, I'm
then
not
palm
going to do
fronds.
anything to this painting that I haven't showed you. I'm just going to be repeating what I've already showed you. And not that much, because I kind of like it nice and fresh. And, you know, with fresh brush strokes. But he's a handsome dude. Anyway, so that's kind of how I approach painting a parrot in the jungle. So don't forget, you can go to my website, janeslifkagallery.com, and you can purchase classes that are an hour long and more intense instruction, and you get the supply list and the colors and a lot more. And the classes are only $25, and you can watch it as many times as you need to. So we urge you to, go there if you want to, or, just follow along with our YouTube videos. We're having a really good time doing this. So thank you, and we'll see you at the next one.